Hey everyone, Wonderbot here, and welcome back to some more Nova Drift. I haven't played this game in a while, but Enemies 2.0 Part 3 just came out, and I figured I'd give it another shot. It has been some time, so question is, what do we want to do here? Unfortunately, let's see. Let's just re-roll. I think I want to try Grenade for today, just because. So what's in Enemies 2.0? I'm not entirely sure of like the full extent of it. I just looked over the patch notes, but there's some more boss variety, which is very welcome, though they only show up on the Mayhem modes. So specifically, these are kind of like either alternate variant bosses or they're full new ones. But I think they might be a little harder than the regular variety. They can also show up in the like during regular runs after wave 100. So kind of those. Yep. Don't want to be there. Not during that. Okay. Should probably grab some upgrades. Temporal shield. I don't mind the temporal shield. It's a little on the weak side. Shockwave's kind of fun. I like Siphon. Siphon is a good kind of mid-grade. What kind of ship do we want? Sentinel. Spectre. Cloak over time. Becoming invisible. Nah, it's probably not gonna help that much. Take a hull hit. Venom strike projectiles. Oh, I should have gone for a dart build. Shoot. That is exactly what I should have done. Let's just go for assault for now. Yes, I'm going to willingly choose to be an adult. Why not? So the one thing that did change that I do know about is that the Guardian allies have been improved dramatically to be a little better. And I also know, oh shoot, whatever the salvo upgrade that I really like. That one's been changed as well. So I'm going to be starting with that one. Ooh! Ricket... Oh! That is something that I think I've wanted this game to have for forever. Because it explodes every time. Oh no. Oh baby. Oh, this is going to be good. It does reduce the amount of projectiles I'm fighting. Oh. Beetle. Okay, I don't think I want to be there when he's firing some shots off. Luckily, grenades absolutely just ruin him. Let's go for some rapid fire. I'd like guidance. Actually, I think guidance would be really good with Ricochet. I also have no idea how Ricochet is going to work with the Splinter Shot. That is something I want to know. But, oh, what is this? Infuse. Discharge now deals 8% of your shield self-damage to you. When you fire your weapon, gains additional damage equal to 400% of the self-damage dealt by discharge, divided between projectiles fired. Discharges bolts of energy originate from your weapon projectiles instead of your shield. That's really cool. I might have to just pick that. Not necessarily because I think it's going to be good, but because I have to see what that's going to do, especially with grenades. That might be better specifically with, like, more single-target-y enemies. Or single-target abilities. Maybe. Like, kind of a weird Tesla sniper rifle. Okay, I'm just destroying the asteroids. Probably shouldn't. Okay, so yeah, we want Salvo, which... Or no, that's antimatter rounds. There's also Singular Strike, which I haven't really messed with. It'd be something to Maybe I should try Singular Strike, but with a bunch of grenades. Would that work? Could I do that? What if I just hucked a big bomb? I might have to. I wanted to go for a salvo run, but it looks like we're gonna be kind of built for singular striking anyway. And I can see that being really funny. Especially with a discharge. Like, if I fire it once, but it destroys the whole screen, is that a problem? Let's grab Obsession. Because the other thing is I can get stuff like Ricochet. And, like, double shots and some other things. Yeah, it should work. It could get kind of scuffed. So we could get energized shields. We want Splinter. Velocity. I'm gonna grab Splinter for now, but we should pick up some defensive maneuvers. Unfortunately, I've always had a little bit of trouble with Nova Drift's kind of risk versus reward, because the early game is easy enough. I think these sound effects are a little loud. Or maybe the whole game is just a little loud on my end. I'll turn it down. There we go. Let's just resume the run. But I always pick a lot of offensive-related upgrades early on because I'm strong enough that I don't need to care. But then after a certain point, then I start getting overwhelmed because I haven't picked any defensive upgrades. And it's kind of one of those where you have to preemptively pick them up, otherwise you just toast yourself. Yeah, I guess, how would I describe it? I mean, it's very much the frog in a pot of boiling water situation where you think you're fine, and then you're not. Summons a challenger, champion or boss, enemy with increased power and orbs. Challenger is stronger, grants more orbs than the last. If the challenger is destroyed, it drops a random power up. If it's destroyed, you gain a level. That's really cool. We also have Super Mod. Ooh, what is this one? Charge shields. While charging a weapon, 20% of your charge value applies to your shield effect radius and effect power. And then there is Rancor, which we do like. There's also Scorching Wake. I think I'm going to snag that one, just for now. It's not, like, particularly amazing. And I don't know if the Scorching Wakes specifically will ricochet, but Scorching Wake is one of those upgrades that has limited to no downsides, in my opinion. I'm not specifically going to spec for it or use it that much, but it can do a lot of damage. Okay, Blast Radius. Yeah, this is what I kind of wanted to save for. Whoops. Let's not be there. Okay, and it looks like we're up against the ring today. There we go. Station Omega. That's just kind of being here. And I want to kind of fly around a little bit for that extra fire. I might be able to kill him before he gets to do anything dangerous. Cool. Evolutionary Niche. Body gear powers are improved by 10%. Let's see. Masochism, self-damage resistance. Targets take more damage. But I take more damage. There's also Galvanic Outburst, which is good, but it's not amazing. Do we want Charge Shot? The only problem is it kills my thrust when charging. Otherwise, we might want to grab some Guidance. Yeah, let's go for Guidance. Oh, we need some momentum. I figure if I can have a certain level of guidance here, I might be able to get my ricochets to bounce and then kind of wrap back around and hit my enemy again. Let's go for shield durability. I'll need the regen, but I'm not hurting yet. Gosh, Ricochet might actually be my favorite upgrade I think I've seen come out of this game. Let's see, so there's double tap, which is really good, but we don't want it yet. Let's see, concentrated blast. Well, that's antimatter rounds. Oh, shoot. I forget what the super mod was. Heavy hull, self-damage when you fire, increase for every additional projectile you fire. So I wonder if I go for antimatter rounds with this singular strike, if that wouldn't work. I think I'll probably try and get my hands on singular strike first, before I mess around with antimatter rounds. I mean, there it is, but that could be iffy. See, we have Warpath. What is this one? I have not seen this before. While strafing, you fire your... while you're strafing, you fire your weapon with 100% rate of fire. And 100% rate of fire for charged weapons. Do 100% for automatic. Plus 1 projectile, and your projectiles are divided between broadside cannons. You can no longer manually fire your weapon. Huh. So effectively you dart forward or laterally once every second and fire a ton in that short period of time. That's fascinating. And this would also get us... Well, we don't have charge shot yet either for Rancor. I think I'm going to go for the shield cooldown for the time being. Well, it feels like grenades have gotten tangentially one heck of a boost. I always liked grenades just because they're kind of satisfying and fun. But yeah, giving them... Oops. Giving them ricochet and a bunch of other effects means they more or less can just absolutely blast everything. Let's see. Velocity. Because otherwise I'm going to have some trouble hitting some of these foes. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of damage here. Maelstrom. Shield protects you. Wreathed in Maelstrom. Okay. Yeah, let's grab Maelstrom just because. Oops. Ow. My shields are off, and I'm not quite brave enough to mess with that. This boss got some much needed changes as well. It's way more interesting now. Whoops. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep trying to avoid some damage here. My shield regen isn't particularly good. And it takes a little bit of effort for me to get it back. Let's see, I forget. I think we had siphon shields, but I'm certainly not using them. So we could get more ricochet, but I think that might be a mistake. So we're just going to go for high explosive. Yeah, I want to see if I can make that explosion huge. I know we could also look into potentially throwing mines. Because I know the mine toss upgrade could actually work really well with this. Okay, so that's still antimatter rounds. Singular strike. There's warp strike. I like adaptive armor. That one's great. I'm actually going to go for homing strike just for the couple of extra projectiles. Now can I check? Show super mods. So the one I'm looking for is actually not here. Oh, magnet. Wait, no, that's infuse. Payload plus Juggernaut. I'll have to remind myself how to get. At least some of that. Let's scoot over here. I just want the chesty bits. Okay, that comes off as a little weird. Ow. Not particularly fast. There we go. I do a lot of damage. I took a lot of damage. But that's kind of fine. Ow. Be afraid. And Maelstrom's kind of messing with it. At least a little bit. At least I think it is. Wow. Holy smokes. The, yeah, we definitely want to go for singular strike on this. I bet I could get my grenades to do a lot of damage. Because I'm noticing, like, tons of numbers popping up here. Okay, so we need Juggernaut. I forget where Juggernaut is. I think that's the one for size. Well, I'll go for regen for the time being. I can't just keep picking offensive abilities. It's foolish for me to do so. Okay, don't want to be there. Oop. Still don't want to be there. At least I get my shields back reasonably quickly. There we go. I don't think this is going to be one of my best runs I've ever done, but it's certainly hitting. If I actually hit with one of those shots, it destroys them. There's Juggernaut. So I actually think this is all I need for Singular Shot. Because once I get that, then we get the big damage boost. And then I can start stacking as many projectiles as I possibly can, which should make these ricochet grenades just monstrous. I almost kind of wish there was a secret super mod specifically for grenade that let you, let's see, how would I describe it? That actually would let you leave it behind in your wake. I guess there is the one that lets you shoot behind yourself. Oh. That's my issue. There's a shield generator back there. Let's see, force armor. I'm gonna go for adaptive armor. We're gonna be taking some hits. Gotta wait until my shields are back. Alright, cool. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, the one thing this build does not do is... I don't want to say intentionality in where it's aiming. It has trouble with that. Oop, don't be where the mines are. Damn. Don't be where that is. Okay, shields are fine. Yeah, this sucker's killing me. He's just a little faster than I am. I'm just doing my best to keep my shields up. I'll hit him eventually. There he goes. Okay, so now what? Channeling? Yeah. Because it could go for flash shielding. That's not the worst idea. Hurts my maximum shields, but it comes back faster. I always have trouble with that one. Let's go for channeling. Core shielding makes a lot of sense anyway. Hopefully Singular Strike shows up soonish. Because then I can potentially pick up antimatter rounds. I'm curious if antimatter rounds considers the multiple projectiles. Or not. Because that actually could be a small issue. Okay, let's not do too much of that. I just want to get my shields back. I've been focused a little aggressively on offense. On the plus side, yeah, we do so much AoE damage that we can pretty much toast. All of his parts simultaneously. Ow, that hurts. That's part of the reason why I'm considering getting flash shielding. Just because. Let's see. We've got Warpath, we've got Volley. We do have regenerative shields, but I don't really like that. I like the idea of regenerative shields. The actuality of it is a little scary. I'm curious if I did siege weaponry. If I get Singular Strike and Siege Weaponry, or, sorry, Singular Strike and Barrage, what happens? Haven't messed with it yet. Well, we've got a bunch of rerolls. Maybe let's use it. There is Snipe. And the Incendiary Strike could actually do a lot of damage. That might not be a bad move. Projectile deal more total damage the farther they've traveled. Oh. That's different. That's not going to help me in a lot of cases, but that's a huge damage bonus for some of these, like, long shots. Okay. Avoid that. Leave him with some nice presence. We do have Mastery, which is always good. Force Armor, Double Tap. Like, some of these would be nice. I don't really want Rebuke. I'm just gonna go Mastery. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible either. There we go. I should probably be re-rolling until I get Singular Strike here. I might still want to pick up Flash Shielding. As things get more and more hectic, it seems like it would be legitimately a wise maneuver. I'll have to try Regenerative Shielding someday, see if it actually fits a build better. Okay, there we go. Did take some damage there. Nope, that's antimatter rounds. Don't want it. Reflexive shields, which isn't terrible. But yeah, let's grab efficiency just for the ability to get my shields back faster. Toss some saturation fire. Try and find the safe spot in this. There is none. Okay. Avoid that. Don't get toasted. There they go. There they all go. Dang. What we really want to do is get to this guy's backside. There's some risk involved being here, but his backside is much more vulnerable than his front. Here's a burst fire. Let's see, kinetic boost, stabilization, rupture. Yeah, let's go for rupture, actually. I don't know if that works for enemy parts. That's an interesting question to ask. Because I noticed there are multi-segmented enemies every once in a while. And I'm really curious to see... Got him. And that the snipe boost damage is really strong. How's it not shown up yet? Yeah, we don't want propulsive munitions. Funny as that would be, there it is. Singular Strike. Behaves as though your projectile count is 1. If it's beyond 1, it's fused into a single projectile. Up to 25 can be fused. Extra damage size, blast radius. Does hurt my rate of fire, but that's fine. My goal at this point is to get stuff like Convergence and strap a bunch of projectiles together. In hopes... Oh, we still have our butt blasts. Interestingly enough, those are not fused in. I would have expected them to be as such. Okay, let's grab Discord. I don't have that many wild mods. But it's a nice supply. Oh, this is rough. Okay, avoid that. I don't do that much damage. Just get my shields back. There we go. Yeah, I figured Discord is one of those kind of lovely mods. Ow. Let's just avoid over here. Ow. Take a smidge. It's one of those lovely mods that gives me a consistent damage boost that I don't have to fuss over or think about upgrades for. Okay. Stay away. Ow. Shocked it didn't hit me. Yeah, same thing with Scorching Path. Like, there's just a couple of those minor upgrades that I will always try and get my hands on, regardless. We might want to consider some movement speed here. Maybe. I guess we're doing fine. Later on, might need it. Okay, grab that extra EXP. Boss dead? Boss is dead. Yeah, beating wave 100 is pretty much always going to be my litmus test for whether or not a run is doing particularly well. Unfortunately, it does feel like I'm leveling really slowly. But I think I'm leveling at an actually fine clip. Alright, so what do we want next? Stuff like double tap isn't a bad idea, but that's burst fire. Which isn't what I'm really looking for. Or is it? Because I could try and work on getting burst fire. Because now I fire 3 shots and then have some time to relax. Because, yeah, what if I tried salvo with this? I guess the main question is, does salvo synergize with singular strike? I've never tried it. It's probably intensely foolish. But I mean, considering we've already hit very high damage super explosions, that yeah, I can just fling from one side of the screen into the other. It's maybe not a bad idea. Let's see, calibrate. Calibrate's when I'm not firing? Yeah. Because I'm not firing kind of often. It looks like it only boosts the first. But that's fine? Okay, I haven't lost my shields yet. Kind of surprised by that. Gosh, and even the fire is upsettingly good. Oh, that's funny. The shield generator showed up just a little too late. I wish I could blow sections off the beetle. Well, I mean, blowing up the beetle count. Oh, you're terrifying. So this is one of the new bosses. Okay, shields are back. Got him. Yeah, those red orbs have a very distinct eye look to them. And it's not something I'm super comfortable with. Like, that thing was freaky. Okay, so Void. Force Armor wouldn't be a bad idea. Candescence is kind of meaningless to me. Solar Heart is terrifying. I forget, what is this one? Oh, Charge Shields. That's okay. Charge Shot wouldn't be terrible, but it's going to slow me down, and that could be a bit risky. Let's go for the Core Shielding, just for the extra oomph. There we go. Like I said, pop the back off. Yeah, I still haven't seen Convergence go by. Or Volley. Not that I really need the singular strikes. But it is helpful. Okay, let's just avoid this for a second. Oh, you can see the calibration. Let's go over here. Wah! Yeah, we might actually want to grab the bonus damage on momentum. Because I'm flinging a lot of my grenades here. Do we want to grab Spontaneous Generation? It's not terrible. I don't necessarily care for it. Nah, we can do better. There's Antimatter Rounds, which is like a ton of base damage and projectile size and velocity. Muzzle Blast, Recoil. The main problem is... how much damage is this going to do to me? I'm going to try it. I said I wanted to... oh, that's barely anything. That's barely anything. Alright, so all we need now is just additional projectiles, most likely. Because if we can get those additional projectiles, hopefully that's going to boost my size. Just leave them with some unpleasantness. There we go. Train. Oh, shoot. Is it a train? It certainly feels like a train to me. Snag that. Avoid. Oh, those shots. They could not handle. Dang, I was potentially planning on losing here. I know that might sound like a weird thing, but I was going to try like some other builds in this video. And that didn't happen. Instead, I just kind of do a drive-by lob with just some heckin' damage. Let the ricochet carry me forwards. Whoa. I don't think I've ever seen that work that way before. Alright, there's Convergence. Reduces my... that sucks. I'm gonna go for it anyway. Avoid. Did I just two-shot that sucker? I mean, really, I double-tapped him. There's a slight difference there, but, dang. I was slightly concerned. We are definitely going to want to get some more projectile velocity before I do too much. I guess charge shots wouldn't be the worst idea as part of that. What? This might actually be one of my best runs I've ever done. It's not quite an Alpha Strike build. We should probably get Warpath if we get the chance. Extra rate of fire. Oh, rate of fire and thrust, though. Eh. We could also do this. The only immediate problem is reduces blast radius and projectile damage for some more spread. If I look at this... Yeah, actually, volley's kind of meaningless to me. It's not terrible, but there's better upgrades. There's siege weaponry, but that's iffy. Masochism, but that's not helpful. Double tap is more burst fire, which we don't actually want. Some thrusters or outrage module. I'm gonna snag that. I figure in the off chance that things go badly for me, or are starting to go badly for me, outrage module seems like a very good backup measure. In terms of, oh, there's a spooky that is hitting me. It's now time for me to gout grenades. The game knows this is my nemesis. But yeah, I think I was right on the money with the outrage module. Because I definitely was taking some damage there, and I more or less just start exploding. And I'm not even sure if I take damage from the, I'm not even sure if I take bonus damage from... Ow. Oop. Ah, dang, that did a lot of damage. It's fine. What was that? No, it wasn't even my top 10. That was a great run, but yeah, not top 10 for me. Could have been better if I hadn't been stuck trying to accelerate out of a damage zone. I think I would have done better than I did there. Because as it stood, I was stuck in the burning trail, and that toasted me. Then again, I was, what, wave 150? I think it's fine. I was getting there. Wow, some of these got up to wave 200. Looks like 213 is the farthest I've ever gotten. Dang. Well, one way or another, absolutely fantastic. New patch. The new bosses are interesting and a little terrifying. And I'm looking forward to seeing, I guess, I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm looking forward to seeing what the last couple of patches that Nova Drift gets, because I'm just going to bring you guys on this journey for a hot second. We're actually kind of in the end game of Nova Drift at this point. So if you take a look at the full roadmap to full release and beyond, so new content, so more gear and mods, that'll be nice. Mod and gear overhauls, quality of life features, nice. I'm looking forward to this. The new enemies are nice, but I'd love to see more tools in my toolbox to make that singular strike build as good as possible. Namely, I want to see if I can go for like a really big boom build that very similar to the build I just did, but keep stacking blast radius somehow to the point where everything just explodes. That would be very satisfying. I guess there was heavy caliber. I didn't think of grabbing that one. I was trying to get some other mods first. And then after that, it's going to be full release. And then maybe there will be some extra stuff if Chimeric feels like working on it. And I hope he does. Nova Drift remains one of those kind of like masterpiece roguelikes. And I'm so glad to see that it's actually reflecting well here. I remember when I was legitimately, I don't want to say a little concerned that it wasn't going to cross 1,000 reviews, because I knew it was going to eventually, but to see that it's probably going to be at 10,000 by the end of the year, that's really nice. Nova Drift is one of my favorite games of all time. And if you watch any of my video essays or recommendation videos, you might notice that I always sneak in a recommendation for Nova Drift. It's just because it's so good. The sheer build variety, the visual style, the music, just every single square inch of this game is fantastic. And is one of the more satisfying, gratifying gaming experiences you can have in a reasonably short period of time, as long as you can figure out how to get used to the control scheme. This is me with a controller, but I do know there's some like decent keyboard and mouse as well that you can do. I don't know. Anyway, so with all of that said, Enemies 2.0 came out last week. I was a little slow on the uptake. I've been busy, man. But it's out for everybody. No betas. It's all tested and ready to go. And then we just gotta wait for the next bit of content. Also, I should mention it's... Oh. Too late now. Dang. I mean, it's 18 bucks normally. It's a fantastic price. I wish I had been faster about this because, yeah, $9 is a great deal for this game. It goes on sale often, and I will recommend it whenever it goes by. So, I don't know, keep an eye out on summer if you want to catch this deal. For now, though, I guess thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.